Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video we're going to have a look at if you need to use a moisturizer after you have applied your serum. And the short answer is that this depends. This depends also on your skin conditions, the serum that you're using, as well as the ingredients that your serum includes. Because sometimes it may be beneficial to use a moisturizer on top and sometimes it may not be needed. And I want to go over a few examples. That's also why I have two hyaluronic acid serums in front of me, as well as niacinamide, and also specific treatment serums that can help you, mainly also to focus a specific skin concern, and then based on that adjust it. And so I want to break it down in those three categories so that you also will have a better understanding of what I mean. And therefore, I want to start off with hyaluronic acid. I have the ordinary hyaluronic acid serum in one hand, as well as the La Roche-Posay hyaluronic acid on the other hand. And what I also want to share with you is that the main difference between those two is also the formulation. And so I want to give you an example that if you have, for example, dehydrated dry skin, and you want to increase the hydration within your skin, which you can also do by using hyaluronic acid, it can be very beneficial. However, it also depends on your skin condition if in that specific case you would need to add a moisturizer on top, as well as also what the serum already includes. Like for example, the one from The Ordinary. This one also includes many sorts of hyaluronic acids, but it does not really include heavier barrier ingredients. So if you have dry and dehydrated skin and you want to increase the hydration within your skin, with this example, it also would be recommended to also use a moisturizer on top so that you can seal everything in and that you also won't lose any more water because you have already dry and dehydrated skin. So in that specific case, the combination of using the serum as well as also your moisturizer on top is very beneficial. However, if you're then also going to use a different hyaluronic acid serum, such as the one from La Roche-Posay, the formulation of that one specifically is a bit different, and it already includes heavier barrier ingredients such as dimethicone, which means that if you would apply this one to your face, it already can seal it at the same time. So in that specific case, using a moisturizer may not be needed. But again, this also depends on your overall skin condition. And if you have not much knowledge about barrier ingredients or also what the serum specifically can do, which I recommend having at least a vague understanding of it so that you also know what the serum can do for your skin, can really make a difference and help you to also figure out if it would be needed or not. Otherwise, if you have no idea about the ingredients generally speaking, don't worry, that's fine too. You can use the serums individually and try it with and without the moisturizer for some time, and based on that see what feels better on the skin, what your skin also may need, and then based on that adjust it to your skin needs. So that's also another way on how you can figure it out. But looking at the ingredients, having also a vague understanding of what it can do for your skin, if it also includes those barrier ingredients or not, can make a big difference and can also help you to decide whether or not you also need it. And this also is now an example if you have dry or dehydrated skin, which again can also vary depending on your skin condition. And so this also brings me now to the next part, which also would be the next serums that I have for you, which is also, for example, the Ordinary Niacinamide 10% plus 1% zinc, as well as also the Inkey's List Niacinamide 10%. Both of them include 10% of niacinamide, but the ordinary one also includes 1% zinc. Why is this important? Well, again, looking at the ingredients as well as your skin conditions can help you to also identify whether or not you need it. Now, niacinamide, generally speaking, has already great moisturizing benefits. It can even, to some extent, perform better than petrolatum. And this is also just by using niacinamide on its own, without zinc in that specific case. But at the same time, it also can help you to even out your skin tone because it can help you to lighten dark spots and to some extent also help you with blemishes. So if you understand what niacinamide can do for your skin and it also applies to your skin concerns, it can be very beneficial. Now again, with those two serums, understanding also what it includes is very important. For example, zinc can be very important also if you're suffering from blemishes, but at the same time can also make your skin a bit more dry. Whereas if you're using niacinamide on its own without zinc, may not feel as drying, which again depends also on your skin conditions. If you're a bit more normal to oily, but still also having like that congested look, suffering from blemishes, using the ordinary niacinamide with zinc may also be very beneficial. But then on the other hand, if you're looking for those moisturizing ingredients and even out your skin tone, using the normal niacinamide on the other hand may also be beneficial. And then again, is your skin dry, dehydrated, normal to oily, then this also can depend on if you want to use a moisturizer on top or not. And I do also want to be very specific with also niacinamide and also your skin condition, because at that specific point, if you just want to use niacinamide to even out your skin tone, but you have no like dry skin and no oily skin, but just normal skin, then using a moisturizer on top is not needed, because you're not having a problem with your like water loss, you're not having like an overproduction of oil, but you just want to even out your skin tone. In that specific case, using a moisturizer on top is not necessary. So again, you have to adjust it based on your skin condition. Which also now leads me to the next part of my serums, which I also want to go over depending also on your major skin concerns. Now I have 3 serums in front of me. One is the Paula's Choice Vitamin C Booster, the Face Theory Azelaic Acid Serum, as well as also Paula's Choice Retinol. And so those are like specific, I would call it treatments, if you have like a severe skin concern like hyperpigmentation. Now, if you also want to use Paula's Choice Vitamin C Booster for your hyperpigmentation or get that brightening effect to even out your skin in general, because you're also getting a bit older, you're maybe also looking for some anti-aging benefits, but you have no dry skin, no oily skin, using the vitamin C booster on its own is totally fine. Again, in that specific case, it also depends if you need to use a moisturizer on top or not. If you now have, for example, dry skin, but at the same time also have hyperpigmentation, which you also want to calm down, then you could also go ahead and use the vitamin C serum at first and then use your moisturizer on top, because your skin condition, like you have one skin concern, but your skin condition is also a bit more drying. So in that specific case, you have to adjust it based on your skin needs. And then if you have, for example, also like the Face Theory Azelaic Acid Serum, in that specific case, azelaic acid can also help you with like red spots, which are, for example, left from acne marks, can help you to even out and brighten your skin tone. But at the same time, it also includes green tea as well as oatmeal, which can also calm down the skin. And depending also on how that specific one feels on your skin, as I have it, for example, right here, but I have normal skin, I just could use it on that specific area without also worrying about using a moisturizer on top. So what you can do if you have a specific concern, just use a bit about it and just use it on those affected areas. But you don't need to use it every time all over the face, or also combine it every time with your moisturizer. Because just because you're having hyperpigmentation or red spots because of acne, which are about to heal away, does not really tell much about how your skin is feeling, like whether it's drying, whether it's normal, or whether it's oily. So based on that, you really have to see what your skin needs. But then on the other hand, if you have, for example, a serum like the Paula's Choice Retinol, which at some point can make your skin dry, it is recommended to also combining it with a moisturizer, but only if that concern should apply. So it also depends on the effect that the serum has on your skin, if you then also need to adjust it to also add a moisturizer on top. Let's say you have oily skin, you're going to use the retinol serum because at some point it can also help with your oiliness, but you also want to use it for anti-aging benefits. If your skin should get dry, I'm not talking about a normal skin type, but if you should feel like that dryness and tightness, you may want to adjust it to what your skin needs. But if that's not the case, then there's no need to also use a moisturizer on top. And again, look at the specific ingredients that each serum also includes to also make sure if you should add a moisturizer or not. And this is fairly individual. This is something that you have to try out. If you're new to a product and you have not much knowledge about the ingredients, or you have no idea what your skin really needs other than having a specific concern like hyperpigmentation or blemishes, try the serum on its own for some time, see how your skin is also going to react to it, and based on that adjust it, and then also see if you may need to use a moisturizer on top of it or not. This is very individual, but it's also fine to not use a moisturizer on top, because some serums, especially also hydrating serums, can already include enough ingredients to also give the hydration to the skin, but at the same time also seal everything in. And so this is where it's really important to look at your products that you're having at home, try them out in different ways, and then based on that you can also adjust it on how your skin is also going to behave. And this can also change over time. Just because you're using it now, let's say for 1 year straight with using your hydrating serum and your moisturizer on top, this may change over time. Or it's the opposite. When you're younger, you can use the serum on its own, but if you're getting older, you're feeling that your skin is becoming more dry, and then you want to add a moisturizer on top. So your skin can change over time, and based on that, you're also going to adjust it. But one thing that has helped me quite a lot to also understand what product I'm applying to my skin is also having a vague understanding of the ingredients that specific serum and moisturizer also includes, which also gives me the possibility to also adjust it based on my skin needs. And this is also what I also want to share with you with those examples, and hopefully with the examples that I have given you, you have a better understanding of how you can use your serums, maybe also your moisturizer, and adjust it to your skin concerns and also conditions. And if you like this video, please also don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skin caring. Bye!